Good morning, Grace Christian School parents. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. It's a great day today. It's beautiful weather out, and we are in week 11. Can you believe it? Week 11. Another way of looking at it that we kind of talked about as a staff, we have completed 30% of the school year. One third of the school year has been completed as of yesterday. So that is a great accomplishment. My hat's off to all of you parents for being so supportive. My hat's off to all of the staff for working so hard throughout this entire 11 weeks to make sure that we're ready to provide a safe environment for all of our students. So we have quite a few things that we're going to go over today. Thanks for the big thumbs up. Yes, I agree. A lot of good things are going into that. And one of the people I want to thank also is Amanda Blythe. We had a problem with a couple of our foggers, and she was able to cut through some red tape and get the new foggers out to us immediately. So Amanda, thank you very much from myself, the entire staff, and the entire GCS family. Thank you for facilitating that for us. And all of our foggers are going perfectly, and we're keeping our rooms disinfected and sanitized. So yes, we got a couple thumbs up. That's great stuff. So hey, if you have your iPhone out or you have your old-fashioned calendar, you might want to mark some of these dates down. First is November 5th. That's tomorrow. We have an in-service, so we let out at 11:30. That means there's no cafeteria service available. If you want your child to eat lunch, they need to bring lunch with them. Daycare is available, and you can leave your kids here for daycare all the way up until the traditional time that school lets out at 3 o'clock, and there's no additional charge. After 3 o'clock, if you want your child to stay, then good morning. If you want your child to stay, it goes into regular traditional daycare billing. I'm going to need to lean in to see who just made a note to us, and it says, good morning to all my friends at GCS, and I can't quite make it out, but good morning. Good to see you. We're glad you're with us today. So that's tomorrow, November 11th. It's minimum day teacher in service, and your children will be released at 11:30. Remember to send them with a lunch. The next thing is November 11th is Veterans Day. It's on a Wednesday this year, and I've been asked by a few people, hey, how come we didn't just tack it on to a Monday or a Tuesday? There's a real good reason for that is the actual day of Veterans Day, and the point of that is to honor our veterans. It's not to really get us an extra day of rest or something like that. It's really to pay respect and spend that time, recognize, hey, why are we off in the middle of the week? So we can recognize who our veterans are. Many veterans have given their all and have actually died for our country to be able to do different things. So that's why we celebrate Veterans Day on the actual day of the holiday. And in addition, some of you, that's the day that you're off at work, and it would be unfair for me to schedule it on a Friday or a Monday to make it more convenient for other people, and you're stuck without childcare or without school that day. The next thing is November 19th is Character Trait Day. Love to see how many of you guys are on, and we are going to be doing character traits this year via online. We're going to do it live, so you're able to stay home and see your child recognized for the amazing gifts that God has given them. Give me a second. I want to get a drink of coffee here. I was teaching a lot of finances class yesterday and one last night for my church, and I lost my voice, so please forgive me. But anyway, you should have received invitations for character traits, and you will get a link to our YouTube channel here, and we will be telecasting it live, so you'll be able to see our character traits as if you were here on campus. The next thing is Thanksgiving camp is November 23rd and the 25th. You have had flyers sent home. They're also available on our website. So let us know if you're coming. Thanksgiving camp is a great opportunity for kids who still need to come here. And our camp staff has all kinds of fun activities. It's not just coming to daycare and having daycare drudges. Mr. John Garius does a lot with his staff. So the next thing I want to do is talk about COVID update. It's top of mind. It's something that we basically have to talk about every few times I'm on here because it's important data I need to share with you. I'm part of, the Superintendents Association of the United States, and as of the last ranking that we received, it covered 3 million students. were reporting in going to school full time. And out of those 3 million students, 0.08 were considered to have had at one point COVID. And if you look at that in a fraction, that's 2 over 25. So that is a very slim number. And if you look at it, out of 100,000 kids, that's 6 out of 100,000. And that includes a counting of over 3 million students across the United States. So the numbers are very favorable. And they've also been terrific on our campus. I give a lot of credit to our facilities team, Jeff and Rory, for all they're doing in keeping our campus clean and disinfected, to our COVID crew, who's diligently checking every student coming in, pre-screening them, to you, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, who are keeping children home if they're sick. If you're experiencing a fever or a cough, you're keeping them home to be precautious, to keep other kids and staff here safe. And I thank you very much for that. Another thing that you might recall is when we started school 11 weeks ago, 89% of our students, almost 90%, started on campus. As of the recording of this, 97% of our students are on campus. For traditional learning, we only have 3% out on distance learning. So that is a great number. And there are some students that need to stay on distance learning until a vaccine is found or something is found, because they have family members at home who are very susceptible of possibly catching COVID, or could be at a greater risk of complications if they did. So we're continuing with our distance learning program, and we're going to give all the support that we can to our distance learning families. Just a few things to remember. If you're feeling sick, stay home. You have a fever, stay home. The next thing I want to remind you about is the studies are showing more and more that air circulation is really helping prevent COVID. And what the big concern with winter is rooms are going to have heaters on, and it's going to be a dry heat, and there's not going to be any air circulation going on in the classrooms. We will continue to run our fans. We will continue to leave doors open for maximum air circulation. Now, that does mean it might be a little bit cooler in the classroom. We'll turn heaters on too, but we'll still have that air circulating. So if your child gets cold easily, send them with a sweater, a hoodie, or a jacket of some sort so that they can stay warm in class. The other thing is, 11 weeks in, and we have not had one reported case of COVID of any student here at GCS. If we did, any class that was involved with would have been contacted by the office. We would have followed all the appropriate protocol that we have in place to let parents know and what our next steps would be. Another important thing is that we would never share with you which student was sick or which family member, because of privacy, and that just wouldn't be appropriate, and also it's against the law. But we would provide you with all the information that you needed to keep your family safe. And you got to remember, we are going to err on the side of caution 100 out of 100 times here to keep all of our students safe. If you're not sure if you should keep your child home, give the office a call. They'll be more than happy to talk you through, listen to the symptoms, everything like that, and make a decision what to do. Yes, thank you for all the big thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And a lot of those thumbs up go to you also as parents for being so diligent. Because of your efforts, we're here for 11 weeks. The next thing I want to tell you about is a money-saving tip. If you have a Sharpie and you bought Spiritware, pull that Sharpie out and write your child's name inside of whatever you bought them. A t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, anything that is Grace Christian School related, because remember, other students have also purchased those things on campus, and sometimes they get left out on the playground, they get left in daycare, and you look at them, they all look the same. But if we can find a name in that Spiritware, we can get it back to the student pretty quick, and that way you're not having to repurchase it over and over again, or come in to send your child to Lost and Found, and they're picking up one that may not be there. So when they get home today, write your last name or your child's name in with a Sharpie, or write some code that you know is yours that you can tell us to look for, and we'll make sure we get that Spiritware back to you, because we know that you spend good hard-earned money for that, and we want to make sure that your child is able to happily be reunited with it if they leave it on the playground. Another thing is Thanksgiving baskets. I can't thank all of you enough for the support that you're already showing sending things in. This year, Thanksgiving baskets are a little different. What we're doing this year is each class was assigned a different product to bring in, and our goal is to collect 40 baskets. And we think by giving each grade level a different thing to bring, we're going to be able to do that by eliminating a lot of duplicates. But you're not restricted to just what's on the list. You can bring other things in. If you misplace the list that your child's teacher has sent home or that Barbara in the office has emailed to you, you can also go to our website. We will be posting today an exact overview of the entire basket program, what your grade level is bringing in. So Thanksgiving baskets are going. The sales should be starting yesterday and today. Or if you're at Costco, we were at Costco this weekend and my wife bought macaroni and cheese because that was what one of our grandkids' class has. And we got 18 packs of macaroni and cheese, and I think it worked out to be about 80 cents a pack. And that was about 15 cents a pack cheaper than we saw at Stater Brothers. So if you're at one of the big box stores, you might be able to get multiple things for cheaper price to really help out. And if you can, that's great. If you can't, your prayers are what we're asking for. And the National Junior Honor Society is doing a terrific job of putting this all together. And we will have more pictures and everything for you as we move along. Hey, the friend game. Here's the friend game card right here. And the friend game card is you fill out your name, you fill out your friend's name, and you find any person on staff, and you tell us 3 things about your friend. And the whole point of this is so our new students can find GCS students and become friends with them. Our GCS students can find new students and become friends with them. And we're all one big happy GCS family. And we will take these cards, drop them into a box, and we'll be having a drawing every few days. And the kids can come up to the office and draw something out of the box of wonders. What's the box of wonders? It's a box of treats, different types of treats. And they get a chance to pull that. And whenever card we pull, the person who put the card in and their friend both receive something out of the box of wonders. So something fun that we're doing with our students. So now is something real serious that I want to talk to you about. And I would appreciate you really listening and sharing this with your friends. And that's Carline. Your child's safety is my number one priority in everything I do here. When we look at our procedures, when we look at our policies, how is it keeping all of our students and our staff and you safe? And Carline, we've had a lot of compliments from people on how our Carline operates compared to other schools. And I can't thank you enough for that. But every few days, every few weeks, we review how Carline is going. As a matter of fact, it's a topic that's brought in our teacher staff meetings. I have Mr. John Garrius give a report on after school Carline, how's it working? And he's brought up a few concerns to me that I want to address with each of you. Number one is there's cars who are coming on campus and not listening to what staff is asking them to do. If they're asking them to stop, wait a second, or pull forward, they're ignoring staff members. You need to follow what staff directs you to do in Carline because they can see the full picture of what's going on. And what they're going to do is everything they can to keep your child safe. When you pull into Carline, don't look over your shoulder looking for your child. Pull all the way up. Our staff will find your car. Our staff will get your child to the correct car. We haven't put a wrong kid in a wrong car yet. Now, we've had parents ask us to put their kid in a different car, but for the most part, it always works out right. And the reason we want you to do that is you never know if you're looking to the right and someone accidentally steps out in front of you, you might accidentally hit them, and we don't want a tragedy taking place. Also, you're not to change lanes once you get into Carline unless you're directed to do so. We had an incident this last week that someone who picks up yelling at them as they illegally change lanes, and I want you to know that coming on campus to pick up kids is a privilege. And why is you say, well, how is it a privilege to pick up my own child? It's a privilege because we could ask you to park off campus and walk on to get your child because I do not want any of our kids to get hurt in Carline because someone is rambunctious or they're frustrated or they're in a hurry. It's always important to slow down. Also, cell phones. Put your cell phones away when you come into Carline. Don't be talking on them. Please don't be texting anyone. And just focus on getting through Carline safely. Allow our team to do their job in getting kids in your car. Mr. John Garius and staff have full authority out there to ask you not to come to Carline anymore, and we will send you a message that you're not allowed in Carline for however long. Now, parents, if you're paying someone to pick up your child, it's your responsibility to let them know that they are required to follow our car line procedures. And that's for everyone's safety. I know some of you may say, boy, he's being hard line about this. It's important because I don't want any of our kids. I don't want my grandkids. I don't want your kids hurt out there, and definitely don't want a staff member accidentally hit or something like that. So please pay attention to car line, listen to staff for instruction, and if you're asked to do something, please follow it and let staff direct you where to go, and that will help us move. One other really important thing is car line starts at 3 o'clock. We're having some cars start to get here at 2 o'clock, 2:10, and it's creating a huge backup onto the street. A pro tip right here. Here's a big pro tip. If you get here at 10 minutes after 3, there will be no line. You'll pull right in, get your child, and you'll be moving on your way. We've done this a couple of times and reiterated getting here a little bit later. It really does help car line. I know some of you have appointments that you need to be to, but please try not to get here at 2 o'clock because it just starts to back up car line. And parents who are picking up a child for a doctor's appointment, something at 2:30, are having a tough time getting in the lot. And we do have staff members that are leaving earlier, and it's tough for them to get out. So I really appreciate you helping me on this one and being supportive. The final thing is the Christmas program. It is almost Christmas time, and our Christmas program is going to be different this year. It's one of my favorite times of the year, seeing all of our kids when we go to the church, and we have 1,000 of you come and watch. It's going to be a virtual premiere this year. We're going to record all the Christmas programs individually, and we're going to premiere them live on our YouTube channel. And we're going to have all of our families watching. We're going to try to figure out how we can cut in occasionally and maybe give out a couple of prizes here and there for people who are watching live. We're going to have a dress rehearsal day when we film this, when we're going to ask all of our students to wear Christmas decorations and wear their Christmas outfits so that we can get their pictures and film them singing so that it looks really nice. And you will be getting information on that within the next week, when that day is that they need to come in Christmas clothes and when the big premiere is going to be. We're going to give you the link. You can have all your family, your friends, everyone in a COVID-safe environment watching the Grace Christian School Christmas program this year. So it's going to be pretty unique. Well, that does it. And I appreciate we've had a big crowd today tuning in. Lots of thumbs up. I'm doing this a little bit different. The camera's further away, and I don't have young eyesight anymore. So some of the people who are coming up commenting, I can't see who you are because I'm not sitting right next to the screen. So we'll figure that out for next week so that I can get those comments and be able to acknowledge you, because I love it being interactive. I'm going to lean in right now to see who this is. Yay! Thank you very much. Thank you. We will work on that for next week. But I appreciate your thumbs up. I appreciate you watching these. We're averaging about 300 people a week watching. As they say, 3 to 325. You don't even have to watch it. You can turn it on in background noise while you're doing dishes, yard work, and listen. It's just one more way that we can communicate to you. And I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to lean in and see if I can see this. Anything that we can do to encourage parents to go down the crosswalk in the morning. Yes, we're continuing to ask parents. One other thing that we're looking at doing is possibly painting a second crosswalk up a little bit closer so that we can get a better control of that, and our team is working on that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And man, we're getting more comments. Amanda Blythe is watching. Yay, Amanda, we gave you a big thank you shout out at the beginning of this for all of your help getting our foggers working. But anyway, this is just one more way that we communicate with you. Subscribe to the channel and you immediately will know when this is put up. Let's hear. Mrs. Sherman, thank you. I appreciate the thumbs up. Your daughter does amazing in my finance class. She's going to be a big financier one day. Thank you so much for tuning into this. Ring the bell and it'll immediately notify you when I'm live, and it'll let you know if there's something else going on and we go live. It lets you know right away. So thanks so much, parents. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And remember, We're a third of the way through this school year for 2020, 2021, and that's because of all of you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.